Hello students, welcome to the online class for automobile engineering drawing. Subject code is AED. This subject is present in your third semester diploma syllabus for Department of Automobile Engineering. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Tanmoy Kundu, Assistant Professor, Department of Automobile Engineering, Dr. Sudhir Chandra Sur, Degree Engineering College, Kolkata. So today we'll discuss about the detail and assembly drawings part B. So lecture number 14. Now in the previous lecture we have discussed the various aspects of the detail drawing and the assembly drawing, including the various points that must be added to the detail drawing as well as the assembly drawings to make the drawing very much understandable. So now along with that, further to those important content, so I will elaborate some more points on this particular lecture today. So start with the course objectives: understanding of drawing, which includes clear spatial visualization of objects and the proficiency in reading and interpreting wide variety of production drawings, and also developing some drafting skills. Next come to the course outcome. So the student should be able to interpret the industrial drawings, interpret various symbols shown on the drawing, and selection of manufacturing process accordingly. Use of Indian standard convention of representing various machine components. Visualize and draw the details from assembly drawings and vice versa. Know the significance and use of tolerances of size, forms and positions. Now start with some more informations on the detail drawing and the assembly drawing. So what is that detail drawing? I have already discussed yesterday. Now once again I will discuss the same thing in this present lecture as well. The detailed drawing should contain the enough information to manufacture the part as well as suitable, fully dimensioned orthogonal views of each part with other informations that may be required in the manufacture process. So these are the all informations that must be enriched enough in the detailed drawing, starting from the manufacturing suitability to the different dimensions of every part and the different views, that means any orthogonal views including the top view, bottom view, side view and each and every principal views, and if any other information is required related to the manufacturing process, so that must be added in the detail drawing. The detail drawing should at least contain the information on the following slides. For example, the contents are like this: part 1, that means the content, the information number 1, the sufficient orthogonal views of the part concerned, dimensions and the instructions noted, scale to be used, projection used, for example third angle projection, drafting standard reference, for example AS 1100 part 101, like this. So this is the drafting standard. Name of the title of drawing, drawing number, dimensional unit which apply, that means if the dimensions are in millimeter scale, so we have to mention that all dimensions are in millimeter, like this, or tolerances where necessary, surface texture requirements, like this. It is preferable to draw only one item on a single drawing sheet. However, where individual parts are simple and it is more convenient to group them on one sheet, you can create multi-detail drawings. Okay, so that means it is not hard and fast rule that you have to put only one item in one drawing sheet. If the part drawing is very easy or very simple, so you can add some other drawings or other part drawings in the same sheet as well. It is common practice for firms to print their own drawing sheets with a drawing frame and title block in order to standardize the general informations. When such a revision does not affect the interchangeability of a part, the revision may be carried out on the old drawing. Where interchangeability is affected, a new drawing number should be raised. Okay. Now come to the assembly drawings. So assembly drawings show how components are fitted together to make a complete component. Sub-assembly is a product unit which combines with other sub-assemblies to make an assembly. For example, an assembly drawing of a motor car engine would show a number of complete units included on the drawing, such as the distributor, generator, carburetor, etc. Each of this unit is referred to as a sub-assembly of the engine assembly. Okay. There are basically two types of assembly drawing. First one is the, now in the previous class I have given you the notes on the different classifications of the assembly drawings. So total 7 or 8 classifications are there, but mostly used types are like general assembly and working or detailed assembly. Now what does this general assembly say? Where the main purpose is to identify the individual component and show their working relationship, only then we can use the general assembly drawing. So you can understand that identification is the first and foremost criteria in the general assembly drawing. So identification of the individual component, and also their mutual relationship can also be shown in the general assembly drawings. Now working or detailed assembly. So a combined detail and general assembly drawing which fulfills the function of both type. Okay. That means we can also use for the identification purpose, for showing the relationship purpose, and also if other informations we want to provide as a detailed information, so that thing can be provided in the working assembly drawing. Features of general assembly drawing. Views are selected which show how the parts fit together and indicate how the unit may function. This is the first feature. Feature number 2, section views are used extensively in this type of drawing to facilitate one and to eliminate the use of hidden detail lines where possible. The feature number 3, dimensions which relate to the function of the unit as a whole are indicated. Feature number 4, individual components are identified by the use of numbers contained in circles which are connected by leaders to the related parts. Feature number 5, a part list relates to the numbers on the drawing and identifies the component. Feature number 6, a revisions table is provided to record the modifications to individual component which may occur from time to time. So these are the revision number provisions, revision starting from revision number 0 to the number that is finally required when the drawing gets approved. Now feature number 7, some assemblies may be so large that it is necessary to draw the different views of the assembly on separate sheets. Okay. So it is some sub assemblies, if any sub assembly is very large in size, so you can follow it, you can put it only one drawing sheet. Otherwise, if that assembly is very easy, or very simple type in construction. So in that case you can put the other assembly drawings in the same sheet. Okay, so that thing I have already discussed before. Now features of a working assembly drawing. So we have discussed the features of a general assembly drawing. Now the features of a working assembly drawing. Only simple assemblies are drawn in this manner, as views have to be chosen which show the assembly relationship as well as sufficient dimensional details of individual components to enable their manufacture. It is ideally suited to furnish the construction drawings where the assembly views are not complex and details of joints may be enlarged and shown as a partial view. So we have to go to this particular two features in detail. First, feature number 1, as you see, if we have a very simple type of assembly, so these assemblies can be drawn in this manner, as views have to be chosen which show the assembly relationship as well as sufficient dimensional details of individual component to enable their manufacture. So for the ease of manufacture, we have to provide the basic dimensions of the individual component and the assembly relationship between the various machine components to be included in the working assembly drawing. Whereas in the feature number 2, we see that it is ideally suited to furnish the construction drawing where the assembly views are not so complex. So if the assembly views are not complex, not so complicated, then we can furnish the construction drawings as well. Now detail of the joints may be enlarged, and in that case it can be shown as the partial view. Okay, so these are the very basic features of the working assembly drawing. So this is what about I'm going to say about the working drawing, the assembly drawing and the detailed drawing, and there very minutely created some classifications. Okay, so once again, what we have learned so far in this particular lecture work, so I would like to repeat those. So today we have learned the definition of the detailed drawing. So any detailed drawing must include all such informations to ease the manufacturing process. Any dimensions, any views, orthogonal views, any principal views to be shown properly in case of this detailed drawings. Now these are all about the different informations, different type of informations that a detailed drawing must have. So first one we have seen the sufficient orthogonal views, then the different dimensions and the instructional notes, the scale used, the projection method used, for example the first angle projection or any third angle projection, then drafting standard reference, then name or title of the drawing, then drawing number, dimensional units, okay, so which may apply, then tolerances if necessary, surface texture requirements. So in that surface texture, the surface roughness value may be included. Then we have discussed the assembly drawing details. So how a assembly drawing is prepared and what are the classifications of assembly drawing. Basically two main classifications are there. It is categorized in two main categories. First one is the general assembly, second one is the working or detailed assembly. Okay, so we have already gone through the difference between this general assembly drawing and this detailed assembly drawing, okay, or the working assembly drawing. So the purpose of the general assembly drawing, was to just to identify and to show the relationship, and this is the most important aspect in the general assembly drawing, to show the relationship and to identify the individual component. Now in the detail assembly drawing or in the working assembly drawing, so it will fulfill all the necessary informations, such as like any dimension needs to be provided, so dimensional informations will be there. Then we have gone through the different types of features of the general assembly drawing. So first feature we have gone through, that the views are so selected that which show how the parts fit together and indicate how the unit may function. Then feature number 2, the sectional views are used extensively in this type of drawing to facilitate and to eliminate the use of the hidden detail lines where possible. Dimensions which relate to the function of the unit as a whole are also indicated. Then we see the feature number 4, the individual components are identified by the use of the part number. Okay, so part numbers are there to identify the individual component, and it must be contained in a circle which are connected by leaders to the related parts. A part list relates to the number on the drawing and identifies the component. Next, feature number 6, so a revisions table is provided to record the modifications to individual components which may occur from time to time. Then at the very last, the feature number 7, some assemblies may be so large that it is necessary to draw the different views of the assembly on separate sheets. So this is feature number 7. If assemblies are very easy to draw, or it's very simple type, so we can use the single sheet to put the various assembly drawings together. But if the assembly is very critical, complex type and very large in size, so in that case we have to draw only one assembly in one sheet. Then at the very last, what we have discussed, the features of the working assembly drawing. So only simple assemblies are drawn in this manner, as views have to be chosen which show the assembly relationship as well as the sufficient dimensional details of individual component to enable their manufacture. So this particular feature number 1 gives us the provision, gives us the criteria how manufacturing process can be made easy. Then feature number 2, that it is ideally suited to furnish the construction drawing where the assembly views are not complex, okay, and details of the joints may be enlarged and shown as partial view. So where the components are joined in any point, so that point will be zoomed, will be enlarged, and that zoomed view will be shown as a partial view. So this is all about my today's lecture on the assembly drawing and the detail drawing. So along with that, I have also given you the ideas about the different types of the assembly drawings, the detail assembly drawing, that means the working assembly drawing, and the general assembly drawings and their individual features. So I advise all of you to go through the study material, and apart from that, if you do not understand any point in that study material, so you can also follow some other web resources, web references or YouTube videos to understand this particular topic clearly. Now in the next lecture, I shall start with a part C for this particular chapter, for this particular content. So I would like to end my session right at this moment. So thank you very much.